stove. Love in a pie, that's the life we know. From the fields to the table, every bite it shows. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Mama in the kitchen, we never eat alone. Primarily me, the taste of home.
Primarily milk, pure, proudly Zambian, the taste of home.
Bushe mwalikwata Top Star Decoder. Bushe mwalishiwa kutila kutimwatamba Prime TV2 Zambia pa channel 110 nga chakutira mlefu okumfwa amadiashi ayalekanalekana okufuma kunchende ishapusana. Bakanyekanye mukumipekanisisha amadiashi konse kuntumletu mfuila maliba abaiteanya inshita yonse kumulabasa wenu wa Prime TV2. Prime TV2 omulabasa wenu kumadiashi nembilansuma mumishi yenu.
If it's not on Prime TV2, verify it. Our dedicated reporters across the country bring you accurate, well-researched news, keeping you informed 24/7. Catch us on Topstar Channel 110 and follow us on Facebook at Prime TV2 Zambia. Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
Why keep your business in the dark? Shine a spotlight on your brand with Prime TV2.
Has been assaulted by the ant.
Zambia's first ever 24-hour news channel and a trusted platform that helps business grow.
Botswana, of course, behind me is the Kazongola Bridge.
We broadcast on Topstar, channel 110, DTH platform, and reach an expanding digital audience through our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia.
Projects that have been dotted across the country.
Advertise with us today. Contact our marketing team on 0978 71 9477. Prime TV2, the home of breaking news. Start your day with Sunrise Breakfast Show. The flagship morning show on Pact, the latest in local.
Sunrise Breakfast.
Sunrise Breakfast Show, only on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
What do we stand for? We stand for possibility, for the belief that every tomorrow begins with a choice made today. We stand for growth, for curiosity that pushes boundaries, for knowledge that prepares you not just to adapt, but to lead. We stand for community, for minds that don't just think, but connect, for hands that don't just build, but uplift. We stand for experiences that shape you, for friendships that anchor you, for courage that carries you beyond this place. Here you become more than a student. You become a maker of solutions, a believer in dreams, a contributor to something greater than yourself. This is where purpose meets possibility. This is where futures are built. Charles Brook Bassar University, where you stand for what matters.
Early in the morning, fire on the stove. Love in a pie, that's the life we know. From the fields to the table, every bite it shows. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home.
proudly Zambian, the taste of home.
Bushe mwalikwata top star decoder. Bushe mwalishiwa kutila kutimwatamba Prime TV2 Zambia pa channel 110 nga chakutira mlefu okumfwa amadiashi ayalanalikana okufuma kunchende ishapusana. Bakanyekanye mukumipekanisisha amadiashi konse kutumletu mfuila maliba abaiteanya inshita yonse kumulabasa wenu wa Prime TV2. Prime TV2 omulabasa wenu kumadiashi nembira nsuma mumishi yenu.
If it's not on Prime TV2, verify it. Our dedicated reporters across the country bring you accurate, well-researched news, keeping you informed 24/7. Catch us on Topstar Channel 110 and follow us on Facebook at Prime TV2 Zambia. Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
Why keep your business in the dark? Shine a spotlight on your brand with Prime TV2.
Has been assaulted by the ant.
Zambia's first ever 24-hour news channel and a trusted platform that helps business grow.
Botswana, of course, behind me is the Kazongola Bridge.
We broadcast on Topstar, channel 110, DTH platform, and reach an expanding digital audience through our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia.
Projects that have been dotted across the country.
Advertise with us today. Contact our marketing team on 0978 71 9477. Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
If it's not on Prime TV2, verify it. Our dedicated reporters across the country bring you accurate, well-researched news, keeping you informed 24/7. Catch us on Topstar Channel 110 and follow us on Facebook at Prime TV2 Zambia. Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
Hello, welcome to the News Flash on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news. We're coming to you live on Topstar Channel 110 and streaming live on our Facebook page, that is PTV2 Zambia. Now let's take a look at stories making headlines. The Southern Water Supply and Sanitation Company SWASC has blamed the high ZAMBEZI turbidity for erratic and brown water supply in Livingstone. ECZ wraps up constituency delimitation submissions in MONGU as nationwide consultations conclude. The University of Zambia Professional Staff Union says Higher Education Loans and Scholarships Board owes University of Zambia 115 million kwacha as a staff benefits backlog rises to 1.3 billion kwacha. With the news in detail, my name is Wando Billy Jellica. The Southern Water Supply and Sanitation Company SWASC has attributed the ongoing erratic water supply and brown water being supplied in Livingstone to high turbidity levels at the Zambezi River raw water intake. SWASC Regional Manager Nchimunya Havenzu says rising water levels in the Zambezi River have forced the shutdown of one of the pumps at the intake point. Mr. Havenzu explains that when water levels exceed normal threshold, the treatment process becomes difficult due to increased turbidity affecting overall water production. He adds that some areas, particularly those located far from the treatment plant, are experiencing reduced supply or complete outages as a result of the situation. Kolombo Tamonangombe has the details.
In the recent weeks, some parts of Livingstone have been experiencing erratic water supply from the Southern Water Supply and Sanitation Company, SWASC. Some residents have complained of the water coming from their taps of being brownish in color, sparking public concern.
We haven't had water for close to 2 months now, which is really a problem, especially for a setup like this in an urban area, because even if we want to answer the call of nature, we have to use water. So it's really hard for us to survive without water. Yes, actually the bill was sent, I think on Friday. Why are we receiving the bill when we haven't had water for close to 2 months now?
Actually brown. I think in the pressure me because man's loko tikumwa I not dot ari brown. As we have seen paja pwe kulidi mwe kuonekera pa pompi. It's brown. So we are appealing, please. That's what kubashite bwanji. Endese kupanga ko aids kuja tapempa.
But the water utility firm, the Southern Water Supply and Sanitation Company, through its managing director Nchimunya Habenzo, says water turbidity in the Zambezi River has gone higher than usual, which has led to difficulties in the production process, leading the company to shutting one pump.
This time of the year, the turbidity actually has gone higher than it has always been. So it has gone as far high as 106 NTU, which is too high for us. So you see to say our production had to reduce, especially over the weekend, for us to accommodate the high turbidity. As much as we have the capacity to pump as much water as we require, but the turbidity has been too high for us. So that's why we had to switch off one of the pumps so that we can reduce flow in the clarifiers.
He says this is why some places, especially those that are far from the water plant, have been receiving less or no water.
So because of that, you see to say some areas, especially which are far from the plant, have been receiving either no water or intermittent water supply. The Zambezi River this year has gone high. I think the highest it has been for some time was in 2022, when it went up to 2.7. But this year, today, as of today, it's approaching 3.0, which is quite high. And it comes with a lot of turbidity before it settles down.
With high water levels in the Zambezi River, which according to the company comes with a lot of turbidity, it is expected that this may continue for some time till water levels go down. Kwalombota, Mwanangombe reporting, Prime TV News in Livingstone, Southern Province.
Now, moving on with our news, the University of Zambia Professional Staff Union has revealed that the University of Zambia is owed 115 million kwacha by the Higher Education Loans and Scholarships Board in unpaid student fees. Speaking during a joint press briefing with the University of Zambia Allied Workers Union, President Likezo Pumulo said the date has severely affected the institution's operations. Mr. Pumulo noted that while government has made efforts to expand access to higher education, the increasing number of students on government sponsorship has not been matched with adequate funding. He further disclosed that there has been no progress in setting gratuities and superannuation benefits with outstanding payments to both current and retired workers now standing at 1.3 billion kwacha. The union has since called for urgent intervention to address the financial challenges facing the institution. More in this report.
The state of the University of Zambia has continued to be a source of concern due to ongoing financial challenges, with current and retired staff owed up to 1.3 billion kwacha in gratuities and superannuation benefits. The University of Zambia Professional Union staff, UNZAPROSU, has now raised concern over the delayed remittance of fees for students on government sponsorship by the Higher Education Loans and Scholarship Board, a situation affecting the university's operation. Likezo Pumulo is UNZAPROSU president.
You may recall that previously, we issued media statements in November last year, that is November 2025, expressing our displeasure with regards to failure by the Loans Board to remit the full monthly payments for students on government sponsorship. A situation which led to UNZA struggling to meet its operational costs. Failure to correct this anomaly is an injustice to many institutions and individuals that have running contractual obligations with UNZA.
The union has further noted that there has been no progress in settling gratuities and superannuation benefits at the university.
But we are aware that members of parliament will get their gratuities in a few months' time when parliament will be dissolved. And yet, UNZA employees are given the same stories of government having no money to clear their long overdue accrued benefits.
UNZAPROSU has since demanded the immediate settlement of all outstanding gratuities and superannuation benefits, the clearance of fees owed by the Loans Board, and the release of negotiation parameters by March 31st from the Emoluments Commission.
We urge the Emoluments Commission to release the negotiation parameters before the end of March 2026. Secondly, we also urge the Higher Education Loans and Scholarship Board to clear all outstanding dues to the University of Zambia with immediate effect.
We are in a government that is a government of laws, a government of order, and a government that has direction. We do not believe that the government that we are speaking to of the Republic of Zambia is such an irresponsible government that even when issues are highlighted, or what is their legitimate responsibility to take up.
Also at Kafuanka, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
Now, the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, is in MONGU district of Western Province for the final provincial sitting in a nationwide exercise aimed at receiving validated district submissions on constituency delimitation. The commission, led by its chairperson Mwangala Zalomis, has since convened the Western Province sitting, marking the conclusion of the 10 provincial sittings conducted across the country. This exercise forms part of the broader national process to gather stakeholder input and technical submissions from districts, which will inform the review and a possible reconfiguration of constituency boundaries. We now cross live to our senior reporter, Joseph Tamalibana, who is in MONGU, covering the Electoral Commission of Zambia's final provincial sitting on constituency delimitation. Good afternoon, Tamali, and welcome to the News Flash.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to our viewers countrywide.
All right, now, Tamali, bring us up to speed. How are the submissions progressing there in MONGU as the Commission concludes its nationwide exercise?
As we speak, I'm just standing outside the venue where ECZ is receiving submissions from all the 16 districts of Western Province, and it started a bit quite late, around 10 somewhere there, and as we speak now, the commission has so far received about 5 submissions from 5 districts out of the 16 districts. This might even go on beyond 18 hours because there are still a number of districts that have to make their submissions to the ECZ. And these submissions are district submissions that are consolidated and validated by all stakeholders in the districts. And so once they're submitted to ECZ, ECZ will receive them, and at a later stage, ECZ will retreat to Lusaka, where they will start scrutinizing each district submission for all the 10 provinces that ECZ has visited so far.
Now, Joseph, you have been on the ground with the ECZ for the past 5 days. How would you describe the level of participation and engagement from stakeholders?
Okay, actually, it has been more than 5 days. I've covered ECZ in 4 districts. This is my 5th, in 4 provinces, and this is my 5th province of being with ECZ covering the submit report. Let me bring you to speed. We had started with Central Province area this month. It should have been on the 4th, where we had a sitting in Central Province, and Central Province is unique in its own way because it has 11 districts that comprise of Chiwombo, Samba, Chitambo, Kawe, Kapirimponshi, Luano, Mukushi, Mumbwa, Ngawe, Selenje, and Sibuyunji district. That's 11 districts of Central Province. And they had made all their submissions. But what came out of this particular Central Province sitting was that Kapirimponshi district, which is the vast districts in Central Province, had suggested or proposed that they should be given 2 new extra constituencies. As it stands now, Kapirimponshi district has only 1 constituency, which is Kapirimponshi constituency. And Kapiri is 5 times, 6 times bigger than Kawe district, which has currently 2 constituencies, that is Wacha constituency and Kawe Central constituency. And so the debate was that Kapiri being vast, bigger, and it also has a big population, because the 2 things that ECZ is considering in the delimitation process, or what guides the delimitation process, is that population is taken into consideration, as well as the vastness, geographical vastness of an area. So that is what came out very notable in Central Province, where Kapirimponshi district was proposing that they should be given 2 extra constituencies. That would be Kapiri North and Kapiri Central, attached to the current constituency. And now, the Constitution, as amended, only provided for 70 new constituencies that should be created. And if we are to divide the 70 new constituencies by the 10 provinces, it means that each province would get 7 constituencies that would be added. That is, if they are to distribute based on those calculations. However, the commission will guide as which province or which district will receive what particular or what constituency going forward, because at the moment, today they are concluding the provincial sittings, and they will retreat to Lusaka. On the 15th of April, ECZ will announce the new constituencies that will be created. However, what is not worth noting is that the 70 new constituencies that will be announced on 15th April will only take effect on the 15th May, when Parliament stands to be dissolved, because they cannot take effect whilst Parliament is still in session. They can only take effect when Parliament is dissolved on the 15th of May. So after we were done with Central Province, we moved to Northwestern Province. Northwestern Province, with the capital district being Sorwezi. So we were in Sorwezi, and Northwestern Province has 11 districts. 11 districts. And in Northwestern Province, each district had proposed that the commission should consider granting or should consider awarding each district a new constituency. However, what also came out very promptly in this meeting was that Mwinilunga district, which is one of the districts in Northwestern Province, with 21 wards, had proposed that ECZ grant them 2 new constituencies. However, their submission was not received in Northwestern Province. They were advised, based on some technicalities, that they should make their submissions later on. And in Western Province, Northwestern Province, Mwinilunga district was invited to come and give their submission from here, and so it adds up to the 16 districts of Western Province. Meaning that there will be 17 districts that will be making their submissions today, and nothing much that came out. They made their submissions very well, and we are yet to hear what would come out from there. From Northwestern Province, we had moved to Luapula Province. Luapula Province as well made their submissions to the Electoral Commission of Zambia, and all the districts of Luapula Province had also proposed that ECZ should grant them each a new constituency. From Luapula Province, we had moved to Mchinga Province. Now, Mchinga Province had something that the Commissioner Chairperson, Mwangara Zaromis State Council, had noticed. It has 8 districts, and when the day for making submissions came, they were all convened at the council in Chinsari, where the concern was the number of female participants in that important meeting to submit the consolidated reports for each district. And so the chairperson was so much concerned that there was low turnout of female participants to come and back what their district electoral officers, who are the council secretaries, were submitting to the Electoral Commission of Zambia. And so that didn't sit well with ECZ, because they felt there was no gender inclusivity in that meeting, and she had given a directive that next time when there is such an important governance issue, women should be included. Women should be involved in this issue that we picked out very strongly in Mchinga Province. However, all the districts of Mchinga Province had proposed that they should be given each a new constituency. There are 8 new districts, so we are yet to see what ECZ is going to decide, if at all the districts of Mchinga Province would receive that new constituency after 15th April 2025, which is in few weeks to come. From Mchinga Province, we found ourselves in Western Province, and the team arrived yesterday in Western Province, and upon arrival at MONGU Airport, they went to Mwinilungu, where they were meeting the donors, and the chairperson led the team of ECZ in paying a courtesy call to the Itunga, to the Indunas, where a lot of issues were discussed, and one point that came out very strong in that courtesy call was the need for traditional leaders to be engaged in these processes, because they are a vital part of governance in any setup. You cannot do away with traditional leadership when it comes to elections. You cannot do away with traditional leadership when it comes to issues of development and issues that affect the economy of the country. So they had started with that process of paying a courtesy call to the Indunas, and after that, today we are gathered here at Liseri Lodge, where we are now in the process of receiving all the submissions from 16 districts, plus the Mwinilunga submission, which makes 17 districts. And so far, what has come out is the need for those making submissions to ensure that the names that they are proposing for the new constituencies should align with their geographical with their locations, and it should just take into consideration the main features of those particular constituencies that they are suggesting. Which was not received its initial submission, but ECZ chairperson had guided that the district electoral officer, with all the team that they had come with, to give validation to their submission, to go out and negotiate or agree on a name, because the new constituency that they were proposing, the Lukuru Council, was that they should name the new constituency as Lukuru Central, when it's not sitting in the central part of Lukuru district. And so because of that, ECZ felt there is a technicality, because you cannot propose a name that does not align with the geographical features, or that does not sit well, or interpret. If one is to interpret, will not get the actual meaning of that location. So they were told that they cannot name Lukuru, the new constituency, as Lukuru Central, when it's not in the central part of Lukuru. And what has come out after they had gone out to discuss and review the new constituency now that Lukuru district is proposing is now being named as Lukuru. However, this is still ongoing. We don't know what time all the 16 districts plus the Minilunga, which makes 17, will conclude on making their submissions. It may go on possibly until 22, 21, somewhere there, because looking at the pace at which they are making their submissions, we may have to wait and see what would be the final conclusion and what would be the closing remarks, having exhausted all the 10 provinces, or having come this far, closing phase of receiving all the 10 provinces, making their submissions to ECZ. Then we are waiting for them to retreat, go to Lusaka, and start scrutinizing these submissions that have been made.
Thank you so much for that update. Looking forward to a more detailed report in our main news tonight.
Thank you so much. We'll continue.
All right, and now moving on with our news, the government has commended stakeholders in the Muchinga province for their significant contribution to improving access to education in the region. Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Dr. Kelvin Mambwe, said various stakeholders have complemented government efforts by constructing new classroom blocks, rehabilitating existing school infrastructure, the most important investment any country can make. He adds that strong leadership is essential in ensuring the delivery of quality and free education for all learners across the country. More in this report.
Has stepped up monitoring for the free education policy. Permanent Secretary and the Minister of Education Technical Services, Dr. Kelvin Mambwe, is leading the exercise in Muchinga province. The tour started in Chinsali and has now reached Isoka district. In Isoka, Dr. Mambwe paid a courtesy call on the district commissioner. He later visited Chiwanda Primary School. At the school, health room has been set up under the Health Learners program. The facility is helping improve pupil health.
Health room, very important intervention, which is again aimed at keeping the children in school. They get a small ailment, they are attended to here, and they go back to class instead of sending them home. So you can see that we are going through an education revolution, which has never happened in the history of this country. All these interventions put together, including the free education that we have been talking about, the free meals, the free exams, teachers here. Some of you were employed recently.
Muchinga Health Learners Program Manager Andrew Simutowe says the program is reducing absenteeism among learners.
In the past, from the time we started operating in Muchinga province, that's about 11 months, we have seen about 36,000 plus learners that have been have accessed services through the health rooms, of which about 35,000 plus, those have been treated within the health room. Of that, about 6,000 plus, those tested positive to malaria, and 5,000 plus of that were treated within the health rooms like this one behind me.
Teachers and learners have welcomed the initiative.
For the continued support rendered to our school, we are particularly thankful for the construction of the health room at our school.
The school health room plays a very important role in ensuring that we remain healthy, safe, and ready to learn.
The permanent secretary also interacted with learners and teachers during the visit. From Wisoka District for Prime Television, I'm Richard Simbaya.
Munkuye community in Nkayama District, Western Province, has received a new police post funded by the Constituency Development Fund (CDF) in response to recent increase in crime. Area Member of Parliament Kapelwa Mbangweta has since urged residents to protect the new infrastructure and collaborate with the police officers who will be stationed at the police post. Meanwhile, Kaoma District Officer Commanding Fred Tembo says the new police post will enhance law enforcement efforts in the area by reducing the distance community members have to travel to report crimes to Nkayama and Kaoma police post. More this report.
Munkuye area in Nkema district of Western Province is one of the fastest developing areas with an increasing population due to the influx of people coming for various economic activities. However, the area has of late witnessed a rise in crime activities attributed to the lack of police presence. It is against this background that the community appealed for the construction of a police post in the area to address the growing insecurities. Nkema Town Council intervened by constructing this police post that comes with the water reticulation system using the Enhanced Constituency Development Fund. Area Member of Parliament Kapelwa Mbangweta speaking during the commissioning of the project called on the community to work hand in hand with the police.
We are grateful that the council has delivered a product which the community has required of them.
Commissioner Representative Kapelwa says the new infrastructure will motivate officers to work extra hard.
This police post will cater for almost 5 wards in Nkema district. If the newly built police post is actually a motivation to the police officers we have around and other law.
And Zambia Police Kama District Officer Commanding were equally in attendance.
This project was constructed at a sum of 730,000, and the water reticulation system, it costed about 311,000 kwacha. The raising of the CDF, we have seen that the CDF is a game changer, not only in Nkema, but at nation at large.
This development will enable us to provide policing to the people of Munkuye and surrounding areas, reducing the distances they used to cover before when they had to report their cases to Nkema police station and at times Kaoma police station.
The local residents are happy with this development.
So nitumela ulu kamuso aluna wabweche choko nekulutusa kakubutali mabukebenga bobwinzi mwala Munkuye mibakone kulutusa kulimane lukone kuba balukuluhili
nerunyanda poti fa Munkuye police post. So litumeza ulu kwa muso.
Police presence in any community helps in curbing crime and restoring order. For Prime TV News in Nkema District, Marcus Bransakwita reporting.
That item ends the news flash on PTV2. Let's now take a recap of stories that made headlines. The Southern Water Supply and Sanitation Company has blamed the high ZAMBEZI for erratic and brown water supply in Livingstone. ECZ wraps up constituency delimitation submissions in MONGU as nationwide consultations conclude. The University of Zambia Professional Staff Union says Higher Education Loans and Scholarships Board owes UNZA 115 million kwacha as a staff benefits backlog rises to 1.3 billion kwacha. Thank you so much for watching and staying with us. But for these in Alka, bye for now.
If it's not on Prime TV2, verify it. Our dedicated reporters across the country bring you accurate, well-researched news, keeping you informed 24/7. Catch us on Topstar Channel 110 and follow us on Facebook at Prime TV2 Zambia. Prime TV2